All right, so we are going for a quick tire change and then straight to the office because today we will be doing investor intros. We'll be sending our pitch deck to investors. Yesterday, I talked to a friend of mine who will do a few warm intros with some very interesting VCs. They're local here in Sofia, Bulgaria. And then we also have something very interesting. Yesterday, I talked to the financial advisor of Steve Jobs. He was the guy who told us that we're going to be very stupid if we don't do the platform. So yesterday, I gave him a call and I told him, "Yay, remember your idea? It's done. We built it. It's ready. Platform is here. We've launched it a month ago. We have customers. Everything is doing great, and we are looking for investors now." And he said that he's going to connect us to a bunch of his friends, some Silicon Valley investors, and so on. And so we'll see what happens. So he asked me to send him an intro. This means, a short description of what the hell are we doing, which, by the way, on its own can close the deal, is what a lot of people are telling me. And then just the intro, and then we send them the pitch deck. I'll show you guys the pitch deck. I'll show you why and how it works. I'll present it to you. I'll pitch you, see if you would want to be our investors. For example, I'll put you in the investor's shoes and see if you think that this company is now worth what we're asking for, and also if you think that it will be worth more than $1 billion in the future, which I certainly think it can. So yeah, once I get to the office, I'll show you guys the pitch deck. I'll show you everything. I am also slowly working on the technicalities. I'm going to get the proper mics, the proper settings. I've never been vlogging, never been doing this thing on the move, so it will take me some time to adjust all the tech stuff and the settings and whatnots, but it will be fine, and we'll take care of it. So yeah, see you guys at the office.
Okay, guys, I'm finally at the office, and so now today I have to finalize our pitch deck, and I have to send it over to investors, which includes two parts. First of all, you kind of personalize the pitch deck to everyone a little bit, but we have a general pitch deck. And second, you have a different intro for each investor, and sometimes different in. So what I mean is, like, if I'm going to contact an investor, I would usually have a warm intro. And if you see my eyes going all over the place, this is because I'm surrounded by cameras from everywhere recording, things for the vlog. So I hope to make it interesting. I know it sounds a bit weird in different places, but we'll fix it. So let me show you the pitch deck. So first of all, the platform is live, so you can go and check it out on skillplate.com. So this is the $1 billion business. And so let me try and present to you the pitch deck as the investors would see it. So investors are not customers, and what we do is we try to explain what our business does as if they don't know anything about anything. And so what Skillplate does is we help content creators make money by selling digital products. How do we do it? We give an example. The problem right now is that creators have a lot of things that they need to put together to conduct their digital business. For example, in a physical business, it's not so complicated. And by physical, I mean selling physical products. So Shopify kind of replaces all of these things as well. But they don't sell digital products. And so our product is a little bit like Shopify, where you can create your online store, but sell digital products. So the way we do it is we unite all of these softwares, and we help people, increase their revenue, dramatically reduce their hours of management, dramatically reduce their subscription costs. And we also, because we automatically generate the website, we help people launch very, very quickly as well. And so let me show you what happens with Skillplate. With Skillplate, you need about an hour of management per week. and it only costs $79, which is dramatically less than all of this thing here, and it reduces your time to launch to 7 days. So even if you don't have anything, you don't know, how to do this, all you need to do, and this is basically our solution, is kind of Shopify for digital products. What we do is we automatically and instantly generate your website based on the content, based on the products that you put in our platform. I'll show you a demo of that in a second. Then we give you a checkout, which allows you to collect card payments. And once people buy your products, they can go in and consume them and watch the courses, join the communities, and do everything they need to do inside of your very own branded customer portal. And of course, you have access to admin and take care of all of this thing on the back end, just like you would be handling your orders in a normal e-commerce store. And so SkillPlate in this way allows you to create, launch, and sell a digital product like an online course, a membership community, or a live coaching almost instantly. And it offers a complete solution to the problem because we give you both the part that you need to sell, collecting payments, execution, and kind of providing the product itself, and admin as well, which is basically everything you need. And for everything else, we have over 180 integrations. So we're the first complete solution on the market. It's already working, right? So we already have 42 clients that are currently onboarding. 7 of them are already selling. Together, they have over 52,000 users already, and over $25,000 of revenue for just 1 month. And this is basically for just 7 people as well. So you can see that they, from the very beginning, they started making a lot of money. Now, this is a little bit skewed. Just don't tell the investors because we approached some people who are pretty good from the very beginning. So we have a few examples. Presley, he's a very cool Bulgarian YouTuber. He started his course. His course is a Content Creation 101. It costs 101 Bulgarian leva, and he allowed 101 spots for it. So he made $10,000 in about 2.5 hours. As soon as he launched it and announced it on his YouTube channel, the thing was sold out. Nicola is a very great guy. He's organizing the Impact membership community, or also known as the Impactors, and they have a lot of subs, a lot of people joining the community, and it's now working on SkillPlate, one of our first community projects. And Tony from Inkemperor, he's actually one of the better tattoo artists in the world, and he only has 2.2k YouTube subscribers, but he has already has more than 281 sales, which is kind of crazy. Just what? He has converted more than 10% of his YouTube followers, which for me is insane. And so this kind of shows you that the platform is already working. We have clients, we have a working sales process, everything is working. And so who are we targeting? We're mainly targeting YouTubers and content creators. Why? Because YouTubers who have a large following have a lot of social profiles, so we can definitely reach them. They having an audience means that they can sell directly to this audience, and they don't have the question or the trouble of how am I going to do the marketing. You just offer the thing to your audience, and everything is done and dusted. And we also have more than 70% of the people that we talk to are interested, and I'm not joking. People think that I am joking. I am serious, because I will show you the campaigns. It's literally insane. So I will just show you. I have 3 campaigns already that are cold outreach campaigns. I'll show you how they work in another episode, but I've been doing email marketing for about 20 years. I've never, ever seen this kind of thing. So let me just kind of show you how they look. Take a look at these numbers. This is just insane. Have you ever seen an email campaign with a 4 or an 8 or a 16% reply rate? Not open rate. This is not the open rate. This is the reply rate. And check the positive replies. It's just insane. It's bonkers. Everybody's so interested in this kind of thing right now that it's crazy. So this is very good for us. And so yeah, a lot of the YouTubers are very interested. If they have an audience, it's very easy for them to sell. They know how to make digital products already. They know how to make content. They know how to record. They know these audio things and everything that basically everything that they need to know. They do know. And with SkillPlate, they can start selling very quickly because we generate their website automatically. And now, instead of promoting other brands and getting a small percentage for that, they can start selling their own product. And even when you sell a course or another digital product like a community or a coaching, your audience spends even more time with you, engages even more with you, spends even more time, and they know, like, and trust you even more. So it kind of turns out to be crazy. And we have a database of 152,000 such YouTubers. How did we get that? We got it with scraping and with AI. Again, you have to understand these are people with 100,000 subscribers. It's not very hard to find their contact information and basically where they live, what they do, who their mom is, and everything else about them. And so what we do is we collect that information with AI and Google search and scraping. We jam it up in a database. I'll show you how the sales works in another episode. But we kind of collect that data and we already have it. It's already working, right? We send them an email. We tell them, hey, have you thought about making this thing and selling your own digital products? 70% say yes. We say, okay, let's meet. We show them how they can get a website in a day, and then we start selling. I'll show you the sales process, I promise. So this is the market. The market is actually gigantic. And so we have several competitors that are a lot like us, and so they're here on the top. Those are Kajabi, Thinkific, Teachable, and Podia. They are kind of the competitors that are doing the most common thing, the thing that is most similar to what we're trying to do. They're all cloud software solutions. They're all trying to be the be-all and end-all one complete solution. I think they have terrible strategies. Kajabi, even though they're very successful and they sell very well, the whole software is rotten from the core, and it's built very much for like single moms. It's not advanced, and it's made in such a way that it's very hard to kind of turn it into a professional system. So it works only for some people, and it has tremendous downsides for other people. Thinkific are the most like us. They have a very, very similar strategy. They have a very good understanding of how the market works, but they had very bad financial decisions. They had to fire a lot of people. They're already a public company. Yeah. So they are our most dangerous competitor, but, we'll see what happens. Teachable are just horrible. They are a lot of, like, more than 50% of their customers, if we ask them if they like Teachable, they say no. Which is crazy. And they still have more features than us, but we are catching up quickly. And once we have a good enough complete solution, mainly on the website building part, we will be able to steal a lot of their customers. And one of the coolest things is that we actually have a complete database of the market. How do we do this? This is very interesting. These competitors of ours, their platforms, and people build their websites on them. So all of them are on BuiltWith. So I can get a complete database. This is how I got these numbers. I have a complete database of how many websites use Kajabi. I know every single one. So if you use Kajabi, you're going to be in my database. Or if you use Podia, you're going to be in my database. Udemy was a different case. Udemy, we scraped all of them. So they only have 80,000 creators. And what we see there is like maybe 1 in 30 are making enough money to be happy, and the others don't know how to sell. So that first we thought, hey, this will be a very easy market to take over. It turns out that the market is just not very good. LearnDash, TutorLMS, and LearnPress are the WordPress plugins. So what they do is you just have to create your website on WordPress, as compared to SkillPlate, where we make it instantly for you and well done. On WordPress, you have to do it yourself. You have to pay people. You have to spend time. It's not a great solution. But then these plugins make WordPress, capable of selling digital products. And this is how things get interesting. There, and Learn Worlds is just a very similar software to us, but they have a few customers. But they have a few years head start. And so what we are doing is, instead of focusing on the competitors, we are looking at the beachhead market of YouTubers. So right now there's 388,000 YouTubers who have more than 100,000 subscribers. We know who they are. It's not very hard to find them. And 152 of those are within our targeting and reach for certain reasons. I won't disclose those now. And they grow by a lot. They also grow by 70,000 a year, right? In 2024, there will be another 70,000 new YouTubers who reach 100,000 subscribers. So the market is big and growing. And it's currently already, if these customers over here, these 700,000 and these almost 400,000 got combined together and they became our customers, we would make $1 billion a year just from that. And the creator economy is booming. It's crazy. It's insane. Literally in 2 years, from 2021 to the end of 2023, the market grew from 2 million professional creators. Professional means that they feed themselves with ads, and this is their main job, to 45 million professional creators. It's just mind-blowing. And so as I showed you, we already have a working sales process. The way we do it is we get a database of the market instead of having to target with ads and hit and miss. Every time we send an email, it's a hit. The question is whether or not the person will be interested and respond. So for each segment of this audience, we have a very personalized message. We have a formula personalized for the segment, and then a completely personalized message for the person based on the information that we have about them. And then we reach and qualify them, reach them automatically with email, the campaigns I showed you. We meet with them. We kind of sit down with them, decide what product they're going to sell. And they go and think about it for a few days, create the program, and launch a pre-sale of the course, start selling immediately. And as soon as they start selling, they are our customers almost for life. And so this is kind of how this looks. If we can't contact 1,000 people a day, we would be able to convert about 50. I won't go into the details of the numbers, but then in the first year, that would mean about $500,000 in annual recurring revenue. And this is just the ones that we close. So this does not include any mathematics where we believe that this will be a significant business once we grow it and get to a certain base. Our new customers will be educated by our existing customers, and they will do the sales and marketing for us. So the question is when and how long it will take to get to that point. But even if we don't get any of that, we can still build a successful business just by selling to everyone, meeting with everyone, explaining to them the whole shebang, and closing them personally, which is still doable. And even if we do that, which we consider this to be the worst case scenario, the most convincing needed, talking directly to customers and so on, we're still going to make a big business out of that. So the way it works is we have 150,000 YouTubers. We take $79 per month from each, and this makes $948 of annual recurring revenue. And so this makes our beachhead market, the small market that we are starting with, without ever having to take a customer from our competitors, without ever having to go to extreme lengths to compete with anyone. This is just a blue ocean. It's worth $144 million a year, which is already pushing to $1 billion company. And these guys, they grow by 40,000 a year at least. So it's honestly crazy. I just think that if investors don't start throwing money at us, they're crazy. But we'll see what their arguments are. And so we have the competitive landscape over here. So the way this market works is very simple. Whoever sells makes the money. So on YouTube, you don't sell. You can put your digital products and content on YouTube, but you don't sell it there. So YouTube sell ads and they give you something small. So this is kind of like a big brand deal with YouTube. Udemy take basically 95% of the money. These guys, it's very, very hard to sell on them. And so kind of you want to be on the right side. So you want to start selling on your own instead of having someone else sell for you. And once you start selling on your own, you have the kind of the WordPress option, which is very, very hard to set up and very hard to maintain, but it's very high profit. It's actually cheaper in terms of the numbers, but it's more expensive because you have to set it up and maintain it. And what we do is we are both cheaper and faster because you don't have to pay developers. You don't have to do anything. I'll show you how it works, and kind of you can get your website and start selling within a few days. And so this is where we're different. And Kajabi and Thinkific, even though they're cloud softwares, you still have to build your own website and kind of do the website building thing, at which most people are quite bad. So yeah, sucks. So this is our team and what we've done. You know, we started Startup Masters. We worked we've managed over 241 clients. We have 2 companies that we got to $15 million a year. Those are Dreamcatchers and Athena Solutions. What was the name for Fruity? Sorry. And we've generated over $570 million. You guys have seen the screenshots probably. We have the Academy. It has over 55,000 students. And then we founded SkillPlay, right? So just gotta check that. And finally, we're looking for something between $550,000 and $700,000 to be able to get our first 1,000 customers. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I have lots of emails. I have customers to me. I have lots of stuff to do. So maybe I'll report on it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll show you a demo of the platform. If you're interested in this kind of content where we share everything about building our startup and trying to take it to $1 billion valuation and beyond, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified about whatever the other YouTube personalities say. And please, support our channel, share it with others. We promise to share everything and kind of try and make the content as valuable as possible. I am also working on the technicalities of it. I'm surrounded by cameras and tripods and microphones. I know the audio is terrible, but we'll fix it. So please also leave any comments, give your feedback, tell us what you think. Do you know any way in which we can improve the pitch? Anything that you want to say is fine. I promise I will read all the content, and it's not going to be just me. The whole team is going to probably read them. So don't be afraid to get in touch with us. Give us feedback. Give us the negative things, because this is how we learn and improve. And if you have something good to say, say it to other people. And in the comments is fine, but also tell other people about it. So yeah, thanks. Go like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.